Yo, what it is, what's up? Might as well just capture a different angle. Happy Sabbath, by the way. So today I was thinking that, you know, after a couple of occurrences, activities during the day, I think I've been hypersensitive. I think I am a hypersensitive person. Not hypersensitive as in busy, you know what I'm saying? Basically drip drop tears. No. Hypersensitive as to like per se reading on reading into things. Yeah, I don't know. It's just little thing. But anyways. And basically to conclude my thought processes in this thought train that I was on, I was like, actually, the best thing that I could do for myself as a last born, last born of seven, is that in all honesty, there's certain narratives that I need to destroy just to conclude a state of childhood. Well, yeah, one of the many steps of concluding the state of childhood, you know? Because, nah, man, everything seems fun and everything seems cool. But, yeah, ay. There's a certain love that people have for you, per se, as a child or a teenager or as a past person of whatever you are, versus now in the next level. And I'm like, this narrative does not make sense. I have an understanding of my own narrative, but when it comes to per se a wider narrative, you get me, of like as a whole, where we at as a community, as a just not just myself, as the people that I choose to surround myself with. Yeah, I really can't afford to let go of that. Hence, I understand why some people guard their reputation as if it's gold, or even, yeah, as if it's sacred, because in all honesty, it is. There's certain narratives that shouldn't go, and they aren't. Let me just say, in my case, they're not so detrimental. It isn't like a defamation of character, but I understand that it's contrary to where I aim to be, and under certain circumstances, could discredit. Yeah, could discredit me, and that's the type of stuff that I look at, and I'm like, nah. I think I've reached it up to here, and rather make the active effort and understand why they say, nah, men are prideful, men have egos, because it's like, yo, in all honesty, yo, let's just say if you're really aiming to lead a family, you get me? Or even if you're just aiming to lead yourself, let alone a nation, then hey, you just really have to make sure that the narrative makes sense. Obviously one cannot be perfect, but one really, let me just say, the narratives need to make sense. Like certain things can apply, yeah, and then certain things cannot slide. Like an example would be like, actually, I don't even know what example I can give you, but yeah, be creative with it. So yeah, that's my chat. Cause like, yeah, I understand thoughts of self, and I've reached a point in time, ever since per se taking my devotion a little seriously, in the mornings, waking up, running 2 to 3 Ks just for the sake of devotion, not for the sake of exercise. It's like, yo, and today I reached the seventh day. I didn't run, but I walked to the place. I was like, yo, you see, there's certain points in time where you have to prove things to yourself, not things to people. It's an internal matter, it's an internal affair, knowing that you're building, just as I go to the gym, build my body. I cool, I'm making progress. This is where we at. We're scaling up. But there's certain actions where I look and I'm like, for the sake of self and self-image and who I am and my growth, I need to approach this as well. And I guess this is more so a mental aspect, as with this accountability series and wellness series is that this is one thing that really needs to be accounted for. And if it's just let at hand, I really can't. You know, I guess an example that I would give of one of the reputations is that I'm a forgetful person. And in all honesty, one thing that I usually think about and see is that if I forget something, it probably wasn't of priority, or I didn't want to do it, or I just could care less. And, I guess it's this types of softness or avoidance of conflict, because I'm a pretty agreeable person, that lends me to, per se, yeah, such vulnerabilities, or such misconceptions of misunderstandings, or, mischaracterization of who I am. And to a certain degree, I know the truth, but I also lie to myself. I'm like, oh, I forgot, But I was like, you know what? I should just actually say that, you know what? I probably didn't want to do it. I probably put that at the back of the mind. Or from the get-go, I should be like, yeah, I'm not trying to do that. Or something along the lines. You know what I'm saying? Of just being more direct and more honest. Because, rather I be seen, per se, as heartless, or not really heartless, maybe ruthless, or yeah, too honest, or something. Or let me just say, yeah, I'm a person of conflict, or whatever it is, rather than a forgetful person. Because as a child, yeah, it was cool, convenient. But now it's like, yeah, my course, and I'm just there like, I don't think this is good. Like, as a man, for, because it's a child narrative, it's a childish narrative, and I see my nephew do the same thing, and I'm like, I always reflect internally, I ain't gonna lie, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, you know what, no, I can't do this anymore, can't. And I guess there's a plethora of other things that I need to find. So yeah, that's what's up. It's best to switch the narrative and make sure that this narrative actually makes sense and matures according to my ideal. Thank you for tuning in.